Right, okay, it seems to be working now. It wasn't to start with. I'm just going to do a little something, shouldn't take long. Um, Based on what we were doing with my Zoom group this morning, we were playing around with candlewax as a resist. And I did a little waterfall which turned out quite nice, or quite nicely. So I thought I'd have another go at it, just using wax and watercolour. It'll only be a quick sketchy thing, but we'll see how it works. I'm sort of vaguely basing it on various waterfalls I've seen, and I'm just going to put a little sketch bit in. Do I want looking straight at it? I'll put it very slightly at a slant. Top of the fall, water coming down. We'll have bushy stuff going away over there. I might put a rock in the middle of it. We'll have some stones, rocks going up that way because we're looking down at, looking up at it. A bit of a tree hanging over. And some rocky bits at the bottom and down sides. Some rocks in the water. Right, okay. So I've only got a few lines in there. I've got an ordinary piece of candle. It's even got the wick in the middle still. So, without further ado, I'm going to scribble some candle wax at the bottom here, put a line across the top, some bits coming down there, there. You can't see that, but it's there. Now get me watercolours, my big box of watercolours. They're all SAA professional colours in my own box. So I'll clean it out first. It's an old bristle brush that I use solely for cleaning out my palette. Just do that. A bit of kitchen roll and Roberta's your auntie, and off we go. Right, now then, bit of water, bit of ultramarina, That's better. Hadn't washed my brush properly, and it wasn't picking up because it was still full of old paint. Now keep that fairly loose and wet. Now that'll dry a lot lighter when it dries. But even so, I'm going to add some more water to it because it's a bit blue. Some stuff at the sides. This is neutral tint, but it's a green shade of neutral tint. But it's not particularly neutral, but I rather like the colour. And I'm going to go into that with a colour called Sandstone. Good thing about this colour is it's quite transparent, quite opaque, so you can actually put it on top of other things. What I'm doing now is an underpainting, because I'm going to do some lifting out. I didn't put enough wax resistant there, so I'll take some of that blue out. And while I'm fiddling around with that, I'll get some more of my greeny stuff mixed into the blue. I'm going to, while that's damp, Just some more of that dark colour. All I've used so far in this colour wise is ultramarine and that neutral tint. Right, that's dry-ish. So now I'll get my little square brush, which I've also left full of paint, which was a stupid thing to do. But it's okay, it's dry. Now I'm going to go and use a really dark, almost black colour, which I can't remember the name of. I think that's Payne's Grey by the looks of it. No, that's Payne's Grey. It's very dark anyway. And onto that I'm going to blob it very thickly all over here. And cover up all the stuff that I've done before. But don't worry, there is method in my madness, or madness in my method. Now I want that not quite dry. So get a credit card and pull out some rocky block shapes. And what's happening is I'm taking off or moving around the dark and letting that greeny colour show through. So there we've got big rocks coming down by the side. Do a similar thing down here, only I'm going to use yellow ochre. It's not a very yellow ochre because I didn't clean my brush properly, but never mind. Now leave that bit to dry and go on to the other side. And on the on the other side, I'm making it up as I go along. I don't know what's there really, but I got that, and it looks vaguely bushy to me. So clean that out. And some cadmium yellow, or is that gamboge? I think that's cadmium. No, it's gamboge. Some gamboge, and into that mix some olive green, a nice spring green, and while that's nice and wet, get a really, in fact I can use some of this green colour, neutral tint, really dark green, some more of the green into it, the same greens I used in there. And let some shady bits. Now this has to be thicker than the yellowy colour, or else it will suck the yellow into it instead of bleeding into the yellow. I know these things, trust me, I'm an artist. Now behind that, I'll mix my yellow ochre again. Into that, put a bit more water in it. So we've got trees going back. Touch of blue into that. Right, now that can dry a bit. Where's my little square brush? Come out, wherever you are. He's hiding, he's got shy. There he is. While I've got these here, I'm going to get some of the green and mix it with some of the blue, and that's giving me a really luscious dark green. And the same way that I did with the rocks, I'm going to double this really thick dark green onto here. Now, just going to need to let it dry a bit. go on to this bit first. Here where's that credit card? There. A little brush, some more of that neutral tint, very thick, with some ultramarine into it, and I'm going to put some really dark shadows there, and I've still got little bits of candlewax under there which cause splashes. Because I've got a hard edge of dry paint there, that shouldn't bleed into it. Don't know what that was. My little square brush, I'm bashing it, just like that, just like that. A few bits here. Right, okay. Some little bits there. What I'm looking for now is my little rigger. This is a bit woggly, the paper, because I'm doing it on the back of something else that I used before, so it's not drying, well, it will dry flat, but it's not stretched and it's not flat at the moment. So with that, I mix up another nice dark colour. This time I'm going to use that neutral green tint, and into it I'm going to put a little bit of burnt umber, so it will come out very nearly black. And it's thick and it's glutinous, and now Oh, you can't see what I'm doing. Some dark stuff. I'm going to put some really dark bits of shadow in between some of these rocks. And it's a bit top heavy. I mean, lopsided. Which one of you has nicked my square brush again? Ah, you hid it. Now I want that fairly dry. I'm going to use this dark colour, and here in the foreground I'm going to put some really dark rocky bits. Add a little bit of red into that to make it come forward. I'm just playing now, putting bits of darks to make some rocks at the bottom of this fall, to give it a reason to spray. Where I'm putting these real darks here, you can see, hopefully, how the resist is causing it to look like spray. It's quite fun because you've no idea, well, I've no idea where the wax resist is now, because it's the same colour as the paper. And dry the brush, almost completely dry. I'm going to mix up a watery brown colour, but then I'm going to have my brush almost completely dry, and I'll just put some oh, I was going to put a rock there. Don't like that. I'll see if I can soften those a bit. Yeah, that's better. Take some of those out. Soggy it with clean water. Take, almost dry the brush. Just to stop it being a solid colour. And there, I forgot I was going to put a rock. So back to black. Oh, I've heard that somewhere before. I'm doing now what I tell people not to do, and that's faffing about. Right, so I'm going to leave that there. A little, yeah. It actually needs a big amount than that, if I can find one. But I can't, so that'll do for now. But the good thing about this, you can use to check and see which bits you want to keep in. There you go, that's sort of reasonable composition. So there, top of the falls or waterfall or something of that ilk. And that is a little half-hour video for me to bung up. Right, thanks for watching. Toodly boos.